Hi, my name is Roxanne Wilson, fitness expert, television and radio host, and podcaster. And today we're going over my second video in the brand new series about your mindset makeover. Now, if you missed the last video, what we covered is really what's stopping you from even getting into a mindset where you can really reach your fitness and health goals. We talked about building your why, what a why is, how to pick one that's really true to yourself, be selfish, and how to really articulate that so that you have a solid, firm foundation between here so you can start working on here. Now, before we go into the lesson today, I want to ask you a question. Have you wondered how on earth did they find out about fitness pole dancing? Have you been frustrated that you see people rocking out classes looking like they're having so much fun and yet it's not you? Does the idea of going to a CrossFit class make you want to cringe? Have you ever thought to yourself, is something wrong with me? Because I'm pretty sure the T in treadmill means torture. Does the idea of getting on a bike make your tush just hurt thinking about it? Do you hate to sweat in public? All of these things might get you thinking, it doesn't matter if I have the why attached. I can't find anything that I actually want to do to work out to burn the calories. Well, fear not, because I have the answer for you today. What if I told you there was one thing that would help you really discover exactly what type of fitness is something that you could love and actually wake up and enjoy doing? Well, there is, and that is exactly what we're going to go over today. And by the way, this may surprise you since I have been in the fitness world for so long, but you're not alone. I felt the exact same way multiple times in my lifetime. I'm not kidding. True story. So if you have fears and self-doubt, I want you to know that is completely normal. And I'm going to show you how you can just push away those fears and self-doubt and really find your passion, dare I say, when it comes to fitness. What if I told you there was a way to find a fitness routine that actually made you excited to get out of bed and do it? What if I told you that it's totally okay to know, because it does, the T in treadmill equals torture and you'll never have to get on one? What if I told you it's okay to be the one that doesn't jump on the fitness craze bandwagon and instead show you a way where you can find the fitness routine that you love so that you will have the tools to reach your goals, to lose that weight, to fit into those jeans, and by Jove, get out of bed and make it happen? I want you to take a moment and imagine being 5, 10, 15, or like me, 20 pounds lighter. I want you to not just see it as a number, but close your eyes for a moment and think about what that's going to feel like. Imagine going to whatever workout routine that ends up being yours and not feeling those extra pounds. You know what I mean. And imagine going to a reunion looking fantastic, maybe even better than you did in high school, and feeling that confidence. Imagine walking down that aisle and knowing that you look the best you've ever looked, baby. How would it be different if your significant other looked at you in awe because you not only look phenomenal, but you reached that goal that you've been setting for yourself? Okay, so at this point, the feedback I've been getting is, okay, Roxanne, I feel great. I've made it through finding my why, like we talked about in video 1, and getting my mindset in place. But I just can't find the fitness that speaks to me. I just can't find the workout that fits to me. I mean, you're sitting here listening to everything I've said and you think, oh, that sounds phenomenal. I'd love to feel that way. But I really do see the treadmill as torture. So how am little old me going to get past my fear of working out so that I can work it out? And that's why in this video, I want to show you the foolproof, dare I say, forever fitness finder. And I say forever fitness because I want this to be something that you definitely can attach yourself to and feel confident. It's not about a fad. I didn't call it a fad fitness finder, but a forever fitness finder. So that through this method, you're going to either find the fitness for you now, PS, and by the way, forever, or you'll be able to use this finder so as you go through different phases of your life, you're able to really master and find and pinpoint that fitness that's right for you. But first, let me give you a little backstory on how we even got here in the first place. Because as I told you, I have been in the fitness industry for 15 plus years. And for me, if I go even further back, I was a competitive swimmer up until my sophomore year in high school. So I didn't really ever have to think about working out. As college came around, I did gain the freshman 15, whatever you want to call it. And it wasn't until I was between undergrad and law school that my dad sat me down and just kind of explained to me that in the nicest dad way possible that I needed to just be aware and start working out. Now for me, I'm like, workout seems like work. I don't know about that. And so at that time, this is what I did. And this is where I first found this method. I decided to go ahead and at the time I joined a women's gym. And I did every class possible. I did the free personal training session. I did it all to figure out exactly what I liked. When I did that, I found that I fell in love with the dance program Jazzercise. And lo and behold, a couple years later, I became an instructor and was doing that up until 2 years ago. Now, about 2 years ago, with my life changes and whatnot, I decided it was time to go ahead and step back from Jazzercise. And I found myself back to where I was before with what kind of workout do I do? I don't know. I've been doing Jazzercise this whole time. How do I find a workout that's going to work for me? And I went through a process. I tried yoga. I tried the hottest spin. I tried the hottest bar class. I tried the Pilates that was a special like quadruple duple reformer. I even tried boot camps. I went, you name it, I went to it. And through that process, oh boy, did I learn what I didn't like, but I also learned what I did like. It took some time. It even took moving. It took stepping out of my comfort zone. But through that, I was able to create a method that gave me the key that I'm going to give you today on how to find your forever fitness. Because at the end of the day, if you listen to what everyone else says you need to do, that's not helping you. I have friends who love to run. Do you know what I hate to do? I hate to run. If I'm running, it's because someone is chasing me or there's a sale that I need to get to. That's just how I am. And so if you tell me, Roxanne, you got to go run X amount of miles every day to lose weight, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You can't make me. I won't do it. And I will be pissy the whole time. So I had to find what worked out for me. Now, for me, what works for me is probably not going to work for a good chunk of you. That's how this works. It's all about finding that personal thing. And we're going to go through those steps. Now, when I found what I loved, would you believe it was a joy to wake up, a joy to go work out? I crave it, and I'm seeing results. That's what I want for you. So let's talk about the steps in your Forever Fitness Finder. Step 1 is all introspective. Yep, we're going back in there where you found that why. We're going back in there again, where we're going to really take the time to hone in on what you like, what you know, and what you'd like to know. Step 2 is all about research, not the internal, but the external research. And I'm going to talk to you about and give you the tips to research what's available out there that's really going to fit with what is in here. Okay? And then step 3 is the test drive. Listen, there's a reason they have you get in the car and test drive it before you buy it. We're going to talk about how you can test drive these fitness programs before you buy it, essentially. And then step 4 is decision time. It's all about going ahead and committing. If you're a commitment phobe like me, this is the scary one. We'll find ways around that. With step 1 of your Forever Fitness Finder, it's all about you, okay? So step 1, what I want you to do is take a moment and I want you to write down every fitness exercise you've ever done, whether it was one class or you did it for a very long time. Write them all down on paper. Then I want you to go ahead and highlight the ones you really loved and X out the ones you didn't, okay? Next, go back up to the top, and with the ones you loved, I want you to write down what you loved most about it. Was it the teacher? Was it the time of year? Was it that it was outside, inside? Was it because of the hottie in the class? What was it about it that you loved that kept you going on and on and on? And maybe it could be anything, really. Then I want you to go to the ones that you hated, and I want you to write down why you hated them. Was it because you didn't like the annoying student in the class as well, or was it because you just didn't like the workout? Whatever it may be, go ahead and write down next to those exactly why you didn't like it. And for those that are neutral, that you kind of didn't love, you didn't hate, go ahead and write down what made them just meh for you, okay? Perfect. Now, on another piece of paper, in another section, I want you to go ahead and write down every fitness program that you've heard of that has you kind of intrigued, where you're like, I wonder if I could do that. Maybe it's pole dancing. I don't know. It can be anything. Maybe it's running. It can be as simple or as sensational as possible. But I want you to write down all of the type of workouts that you've ever wanted to try. Okay? Then I want you to write down what type of workout scares you or gives you that thrilling excitement that you've never tried before. Okay? Maybe it's CrossFit. Maybe the idea of jumping off a big block or up and off a big block scares you in a good way. To me, that scares me, like terrifies me. But anyhow, write it down. Okay? Now, with that list of things you've always kind of secretly wanted to try, or the ones that scare you, terrify you, I want you to go ahead and look at them and go ahead and scratch out the ones that you're like, it scares me in a bad way, but circle the ones that you're kind of intrigued about, okay? All right. Next step, what I want you to do is write down what your hobbies and loves are. What do you love to do? Do you love being outside? Do you love being on the couch? I want to know all of that. Do you love video games? Do you love food? What is it that you love? You can say food. That's all right. I don't know. We'll work it out. What kind of hobbies do you love? Maybe do you love live music? Write it all down. I want you to have at least 5 of them on there. And then I want you to answer this question. Do you prefer to work out alone or with a group? And you'd be surprised if you're doing this with someone else. Wildly different answers here. But go ahead and write whether you like to work out alone or with other people. Then I want you to also write down realistically, open up your calendar and take a look and realistically write down what time of the day you can work out and what days you can work out. And I want you to go ahead and allocate an hour of workout time, ideally, with some cushion on either side, especially if you're working out during the day. So figure out how much time you would need to take that shower, to get ready, to get back to work, and figure out how much time you need to work out, okay? I'm gonna tell you to do an hour just so it gives yourself that cushion. You can be realistic about it. Okay, and then the last thing I want you to go ahead and write down there, once you've written down what time of day you like to work out and the time, is whether you're competitive. And on a scale, write that question down on a scale of 1 to 10, how competitive are you? Great. Now you know a little bit more about yourself. I want you to take a look and read all those things. Read them out loud. Really hone on those. Change some things if you need to. But now you have an idea of what makes you tick when it comes to workouts, when it comes to hobbies, loves, time of day, the whole 9 yards. And think about it too. When you say what time of day will work out for you, you might say, nighttime is easier. But if you know you're someone who can't get to sleep after you work out, you might have to rearrange that. So write that all down right here. This is going to be your guide, okay? So keep that close as we move to step 2. All right, so now you've done the internal work. You've been introspective when it comes to your Forever Fitness Finder. The next step is to go external, and we're going to do some research. I love research. Here's what we're going to do. First of all, I want you to take the answers to your questions that were all about you, and I want you to do a search in Google and put near me. So for example, if you said, I love group fitness, then I want you to put group fitness and the words near me in your Google Finder and see what comes up, okay? As they come up, Now, when I say near me, I am a stickler for this. It must be within a 5-mile radius of your work or your home. I'm going to repeat that. It must be within a 5-mile radius of your work or your home. And the reason I say that is because, let's be realistic, things get in the way. There are a bunch of squirrels between home and working out, or between work and working out. 5 miles, you can probably ignore the squirrels. And by squirrels, I mean, ooh, I want to go to the movies. Ooh, I need to go shopping. Ooh, I want to go to that restaurant. Ooh, 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 ooh. You can probably last 5 miles and ignore the squirrels. But beyond that, there's too much between you and your workout for you to consistently get there the amount of time you need to make the difference that you need to get to your goal. So when you do that near me search, if it's more than 5 miles, don't write it down. Now I want you to make a list. As you're doing this search, make a list of no less than 10. Pick the 10 different ones that you find kind of interesting. And this is a time where you actually can dig down deep. So if something pops up and you're like, oh, what's Barry's Boot Camp? Go ahead and click on it and find out a little bit more about it. And if you think, that sounds interesting, write it down. This is not a commitment time. This is just exploration time. So find that freedom. Okay? So this is how you're going to go through the order of what you're going to search. First, I want you to search. Look at the ones that you said back when you did your introspective work. The ones you highlighted and said, these are workouts that I enjoyed in the past. Go ahead and put those workouts, whether it's specific names like jazzercise, or maybe it's dance aerobics or group aerobics, put those with the words near me in your Google search and go ahead and make a list of a few of those. Now, once you get through all of the past workouts you enjoyed, and maybe even the past workouts you didn't enjoy, if you realize after looking at it, okay, I didn't enjoy it, but it wasn't for a reason. It wasn't the workout, it was me, or it was something else that stopped me from enjoying it at that time. You can go through those, okay? Then I want you to go ahead and do a search for that class or that workout that intrigues you, that you think, oh, that always would be interesting. Maybe it's hatha yoga, whatever it may be, or that terrifies you in a good way. Go ahead and put hatha yoga or CrossFit, whatever it may be, into your search near me, okay? Now, when you search, other things might come up that you've never heard of. I might have listed off and said and mentioned a bunch of fitness programs you've never heard of. That's okay, because I know, as we are humans and we're voyeurs and we like to look and search and whatnot, as you do this, there are going to be some workouts and fitness centers that you've never heard of that will crop up, and don't be afraid to look more into those and put those on the list. So you're making a list of no less than 10. I have a feeling you're going to find more than 10. Once you do that, I want you to take a look at that list, and I want you to go ahead and scratch out 3 of them. If you've gone buck wild and you're at like 30, then you're going to need to scratch out 9 of them, okay? So think about it in multiples of 3s. If you have 20 on the list, then you're going to have to scratch out 6. This is like a beauty contest. This is like a competition. This is like the World Cup. It's time to go ahead and scratch some of those out. And you can be cutthroat, because this is about you finding out what you enjoy, all right? Now, you should have probably 7 remaining at this point. I want you to go back in to your Google search, and I want you to check the times and the offerings for each of those 7, okay? Oh, the last thing you need to do as you're looking internally, and before we start doing the next step, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, how much money am I willing and able to spend on my workout? This is a tough question, and I can't answer it for you. I can't answer any of these questions for you, but I want you to take the time to really consider how much you want to spend. And it may be a stretch, so think about a range, okay? Because right now you don't know how much anything is going to cost. Go ahead and put a range of how much you can spend, you're willing to spend, and ask yourself this question, because I think sometimes people think, you spend how much on that? So the question really is not about the money. It's more about how much is it worth to you to feel great for your union, to look amazing on your wedding day, to feel healthy, to put on those jeans that have been stumping you for years. How much is that worth to you? How much is that feeling worth? And that's the amount I want you to go ahead and write down. So you're going to check the times of the offerings for the 7. And you also want you to go ahead at this point and check the amount of money that it's going to cost. If it's online, go ahead and check that. It may not be there, but if it is, and see if it fits in line with what you've written about yourself that you're willing to do, you're willing to spend when you're willing to work out. If it doesn't, you need to cut it out. Even if it sounded interesting, that's something you can do on a whim once in a while, but it's not the fitness program that's going to get you to your goal if it's not working within your schedule or your budget, your dream budget. So go ahead and do that. And then I want you to cut the ones that don't fit. Now, hopefully you still have 3 or 4 left. If you don't, go ahead and take a moment and go back to the first beginning of this research step and look back at the ones that you kind of liked, you've done in the past, the neutral ones, and kind of go ahead and go through step 2 with those as well, and get to a point where you have 3 to 4 left. Okay. Now that you have 3 or 4 that are left on that list, it is time to test drive. Yes, you're going to get in the car. Well, not really the car, into the workout. What I want you to do is go ahead and reach out to the remaining locations. Okay, there should be 3 to 4. Reach out to them and sign up for a class, a consultation, whatever it may be. Now, some of you are like, oh, you want me to do what? Yes, I want you to get off the couch and start investing in you. And that means you got to get off the couch, you got to get out of the house, you got to get into the car, and you have to go try these fitness routines out. Okay? Do it. You can do it. You can do it. So go ahead and set up appointments to go and make sure you have all the information you need to know. Make sure you know what you need to be wearing, how early you need to get there. You do want to get there a little early to get comfortable. Now, if this is terrifying you, then we got to talk about that too. If this is terrifying, if the idea of going to this class is terrifying you, or the idea of going to this personal session is terrifying you, I want you to do something bold, and I want you to tell the instructor, whomever reached out to you, this is terrifying to me. Give them, set yourself up for success. It's something that I was told a long time ago. Always set someone else up for success. Ultimately, you are looking for a good partner, right? And so set your partner up for success. Let them know this is terrifying me and this is why, so that they can help you, first of all, understand and have an idea of your expectations, and that they can be mindful of that too. Now, one of the great things is that now in this day and age, you can actually see what it's going to look like, see what a class is like, get a good idea online of it. So take advantage of that as well too. But I want you to go to a minimum of 3 different workout programs, 3 of them. Now, once you've done that, you're going to rate each of your workouts, rate the instructor, the facility, the convenience, the vibe, and room for growth. Now, what do I mean by room for growth? I mean, do you feel like you're the best in the class or at the gym you went to already? Because if you do feel that way, that is not the program for you. You need to find something harder. Do you have room to grow? Because you're going to grow through all of this. And if you're already mastering it, then Houston, we have a problem. Now, for those of you who found that you answered the introspective part and you do not like group fitness, you do not like to work out around people, that is okay. That's really okay, because what you're going to find through this process is that you can find some amazing apps, videos, DVDs on demand as well. But I only mention this now and not sooner because I don't want you to default to that unless you truly are someone who doesn't want to, A, see anybody when working out, and B, you're really going to work out at home. Now, what I have found is that the best laid plans can be made to work out at home, and there's so many more distractions. You think there's a lot of distractions between a 5-mile radius from your house? Your house is the ultimate distraction. So I'm not pushing you to do the online workouts. I really want you to focus on getting out of your house to begin with. If that's just not going to work for you, then okay. But let's make sure you test drive before you decide, I'm not buying, I'm walking. Not literally, but I guess figuratively too. Now, once you've done that, once you've done the test drive, it's time to decide. I want you to take a moment and look at the ratings that you have. Remember, you were rating in the last step where you rated the workout, you rated the instructor, the facility. And when I say facility, I mean, like, is it clean? Do you feel good around it? Is it pretty? Does it make you feel at home? all of those things. You're the convenience factor to your house or to your work, convenience to get in, to park, all of those things matter. The vibe. Did you feel, oh, this is amazing? Or did you feel like, oh, I don't like this feel? Or if you're competitive, did you feel like, oh, this makes me want to this gets my competitive juices flowing? Whatever it may be, make sure and rate those there. Make sure it's what the vibe that you want. And then also that room for growth that we talked about. So now that you have taken the time to do the test drive of at least 3, it's decision time. Dun, dun, dun. And this should be fun because you get to be the decision maker. You're not getting eliminated, although maybe you love them like The Bachelor all equally and it's just so hard. But I have a feeling you, just like The Bachelor, you already knew who you're going to pick well before. And that may be true. So now it's time to choose one, just one. Yes, just one. I'm excited because I don't know what your choice is, but I'm excited for you now. It's not just about deciding which one it is, but it's all because many people, I remember this time after time after time, and I see it even now. People will decide, yes, I'm going to do this class. Yes, I'm going to join the gym. I'm a yoga girl. And then you never show up to a class. You never show up to your personal training session. You don't show up. So decision time is not just about choosing. You actually have to show up. Yes, you do. And more than that, I want you to commit. You need to commit for you to going for a full month, 3 to 4 times a week. Now listen, I just said a month. It's just a month. You can do a month, 3 to 4 times a week for a month. I want you to commit to doing that. Now, what I mean by that is this. That means that if you go on your second, your first, your 10th time and you're like, I don't know, maybe I should have bought the other car. This wasn't the car for me. That's called buyer's remorse. That is normal. I remember I used to be in choir back in the day, and my choir teacher, Mr. Birdall, because I was a little bit talkative, shocker, and I was in choir and we were singing this song, and I was like, I hate this song. I don't like it. He stopped everything and he said to me and the class, but really to me, that we were not allowed to decide whether we liked a song or not until we spent a full quarter singing it, which of course back then a quarter is like forever. But he was right, because you know what? I love that song and I still sing that song since I Fell For You. I love that song. What did I have a problem with it? I don't know why I didn't like it back then, but I had to sing it and give it a chance to know it. You have to do the workout and give it a chance to know how you feel about it. And that's why I'm asking you, telling you, begging you to commit to going for a full month, 3 to 4 times a week. And last but not least, once you've done that, then after going 3 to 4 times a week for a full month, you get to evaluate it. And what I want you to do is go back to your evaluation you did when you were test driving and compare it to your evaluation now. So in that evaluation, I want you to evaluate a couple things. We're going to add some things too. Your workout, your instructor or instructors, the facility, convenience, the vibe, and your room for growth again. Now this is growth after you've done 30 days. Do you still have room to grow? If not, then you might have to reevaluate. But I also want you to add to that list. I want you to go ahead and tell you and evaluate how far you've come. So that day one, and this is not something that you have to do at your place of choice, but the day before you go initially, I want you to go ahead and take pictures. What I did was I picked a bikini that I was having a hard time fitting in, and I took pictures. I waited till I was the only one in the house, and I took pictures of myself from every angle in that bikini. I also want you to get on a scale if you have one, or do it at your gym or fitness place. You can even do measurements if you like, but I want you to have something to compare and see. Now, here's the thing. Scales are not nice. They go up and down like this on a daily basis. Measurements are good and more accurate. Maybe you're like, I don't want to measure myself. That's fine. I don't want you to get caught up in the scale, but this is why I ask you to do pictures, because pictures are so valuable. If you are taking pictures of yourself you'll actually see the transformation. You're going to see the growth. You're going to see it. And it's true, when we see ourselves every day, we may not, that's how we got in this problem in the first place, right? I didn't notice I was gaining weight. I thought I looked the same in the mirror every day. And then one day I don't fit into anything. Well, guess what? Same thing as you're losing weight. You're not going to realize you're losing weight visually. And you're like, oh, this is not working at all. This workout's not working. I can't do it. It's not fun. And then you look at the pictures and you realize, wait, by Jove, I am making progress. So take those pictures and add that to that evaluation. And those are your steps. Simple, easy, and definitely forever. Step one, it's all about you. I want you to look inside yourself and find out a little about what makes you tick when it comes to fitness and working out. Step two is to do your research outside. I want you to start, well, really Google, but you're going to start researching what's around you within a 5-mile radius of you and really evaluate it and go through the steps of narrowing it down. Once you have it narrowed down to 3 or 4, then you're going to test drive. And test driving is all about you getting out there, trying out the workout, seeing what works for you, and evaluating those 3 programs to decide who is the winner, who is your Forever Fitness. And that's your decision time. Now, not only are you going to choose one, you're going to take a picture of yourself to document the beginning, right, the before. Then you're going to go ahead and commit to doing your workout of choice 3 to 4 times a week for 4 weeks, or aka a month. And then at the end of that month, you're going to take time, you're going to reevaluate, you're going to take pictures again. And be sure to take those pictures at the same time of day you took the first pictures. Hopefully the exact same time would be ideal. In the same place, same lighting, you get it. We're in the Instagram generation. You understand all that matters. Just make it consistent. And then also ask yourself the questions that you used to rate the fitness program in the test drive initially. From there, you should either have your go-to or know that it's time to go through and pick another one of those beauty contestant winners that you have on that list. So that's it. That's how you find your Forever Fitness. With ease, with strategery, it's not a word, by being strategic and by making it happen. So here's the thing. Studies show, wait for it, that fitness is somewhere between 10 and 20% of weight loss. What? Mindset is technically 5 to 10% of weight loss. What? So there's another 80-ish% out there, 80-ish to 95% out there that's actually stopping you from reaching your goal and from succeeding. Now, what if I told you that you can actually learn how to master that last 95 to 80%, whatever you want to call it, and it's just as easy as it has been for you to find your fitness and also to get your mindset right? I know that this can transform your reality. I know this can get you to looking your best for your wedding. This can get you to being the talk of the town in a good way at your reunion. This can get you feeling fabulous and having your best body ever. While this is the end of the Mindset Makeover series, I'm working on something very, very special that will be out soon that's going to help you to get past that extra 80 to 95% and really help you get to your goals. In the next few days, I'm going to show you the fastest and easiest way and sensible way to get you to your weight loss goal. Be checking your box, and also check your box too, because I will be sending you a download of your Forever Fitness Finder. All right, that's all for now. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in your email box soon. Bye.